Good evening, everyone. Welcome into yet another installment of this 31-day challenge that Hendo and I are doing on our respective channels. Look, we had to do a quick pop-up live stream because this game between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Denver Broncos, Cincinnati Bengals, our rival, our division rival, we needed to come and just kind of we just needed to come and kind of like do a play-by-play of this overtime because Cincinnati's trying to get hot right when the Ravens are getting hot. So listen, we here. We here. How are you tonight, Hendo?
I'm well. I'm well. Listen, Cincinnati's doing almost everything in their power to stay in the playoff hunt. If they lose this game, the final playoff spot is going to be sewn up by the Denver Broncos. But the Bengals actually had a chance to win this game. They got down first and goal. They kind of messed up on first down, went out of bounds. Second down, Chase Brown got injured, so they had to use their last time out. And even after that, I think they should have just knelt on the ball and ran the clock down and maybe kicked the field goal. But instead, they went for the touchdown on second down and left Denver with like a minute and 29 seconds left on the clock. Denver, regardless if you believe it's a touchdown or not, they went down and tied the game. Now the game is currently in overtime. So if the Denver Broncos win this game, they are the last seed in the AFC. They lock it up. Playoffs is done. But if they lose, Cincinnati still has an opportunity to make the playoffs. What's interesting about this is there are four teams that are still in the playoff hunt. You have Cincinnati, Denver, Indianapolis, and
Miami. Mm-hmm.
Miami. So anything can happen, but Cincinnati needs a lot of things to happen. They need the Indianapolis Colts to lose to the Jaguars or the Giants. That's probably not going to happen.
Definitely not going to happen.
Yeah, they need to beat the Steelers. They need the Broncos to lose next week to the Chiefs. The other team plays the Jets, I believe, and somebody else. Miami plays the Jets and
Miami
somebody
plays
else
the
this
Jets.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and somebody else this weekend. I can't remember what, but there's still an opportunity for them to possibly make the playoffs. Now, also with the playoff seeding, there's a strong possibility, because the Los Angeles Chargers clinched a playoff berth in the game that preceded this one,
Yep.
and now they are the sixth seed. But they could move up to the fifth seed if they win next weekend and the Steelers lose next week to the Bengals, which would make the Steelers the actual sixth seed in the AFC. And guess who they play? They would play the Baltimore Ravens. So we would get Pittsburgh, Baltimore Part 3.
That's
So
it.
it's very interesting.
Hendo, I'm probably going to need you to draw up a diagram for me. I'm just teasing. But that's a lot. That's a lot to keep in mind. A lot of ifs. And I see Tanja in here. She's like, if Denver wins, Dolphins, Colts, and I think another team are out.
Bengals.
So, and the Bengals. The Bengals. So, yeah. So a lot is riding on this game here. A lot is at stake. A lot is at stake for this game. So we came on real quick to kind of do a play-by-play of this last couple of minutes in overtime and then talk about the outcome of the game and how it could affect our Ravens. But right now we are in overtime with 3 minutes and 37 seconds left, and the Cincinnati Bengals have the ball. And it is first and second down. Second and maybe 8 coming up.
T. Higgins.
Oh, come on, Denver. I thought you listen. I know the hate watch is on, right? So we should be cheering for the Denver Broncos. Come on, Denver. Let's go. Yeah, they're in field goal range now already. Yeah.
But I mean, even if they lose today to the Bengals have a tough road to get to the playoffs. And on top, T. Higgins made up for it. And on top of that, I don't think that the Kansas City Chiefs next week when they play Denver, they're not going to play their starters. They have locked up the number 1 seed. And even if they do, they normally do about half a quarter. So they should be able to beat the backup. So, I mean, it's a very, very long shot for Cincinnati to make the playoffs. But even if they do make the playoffs, I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I'm not afraid to play. I'm not afraid to play Cincinnati. I know it's hard to beat a team 3 times in one season.
It is.
But their defense is horrible.
Yeah, but what I'm learning about the Cincinnati Bengals this season is that they had a hard time dealing with a struggling defense. since the last few weeks, they figured it out that our offense just has to be even better than what we were before to make up for the deficiency, kind of like what the Ravens have to do. We kind of have to make up for deficiencies with our offensive line. We
Right.
figured it out now, right? So they're figuring out ways to win. Now it's about to be a field goal attempt, so this game
He
is
missed
over.
it. Somebody said he missed it.
Wait, he said missed it. Hold on, wait. No, the comedy of errors. Hey everyone, I see you all. John Parsons, I see you. Black Dance, love that avatar. Like the picture. He missed it.
Listen,
OM.
I'm
Talk
all for it.
about pressure. We talked about this.
Wait a
We've
minute. It was like, what was it, like a 30-yard field goal?
It was. Oh my goodness. I just said game over and I was wrong. Hit the crossbar and wow, this is wild. You're right, Kamal. Wild. He did miss it, Black Daniels. Danity, how you doing? Bengals can't catch a break. This is so embarrassing. Oh,
First of all, it's not about catching a break. They did it to themselves. If they'd have just ran the clock down,
yeah.
made Denver burn that third time out, and actually used third down, even if they'd have ran the clock all the way down and kicked the field goal, they still would have been in a better situation than scoring with that much time left on the clock. Now,
Wow.
granted, their normal reliable kicker, McPherson, he's out. So
Yeah.
they brought in Cade York,
Yeah.
but that's still
It's just not
to
an
me, it's not an excuse. It's under 30 yards and you couldn't make it. Your only job, yeah, doink. Your only job. Don't have your eyes wide open. Your only job is to make a field goal.
No,
Now,
I was reading the comment. I had my eyes
I'm
wide
looking at
open.
him. I'm talking about him. I'm talking about the
Oh.
kicker. They just showed him and his eyes was open. Like I just lost my job.
Oh, wow. Listen, I was going to ask Kamal, thank you for that. What would happen if this game results in a tie? But according to Kamal, he says Broncos can run out the clock and they can still, and a tie would still get them into the playoffs. That's right?
I believe so. But even if they tie, I know that the Bengals are eliminated, point blank.
Yeah, that was what I wanted to know. If this game results in a tie, are the Bengals eliminated?
Yes, they're donezo.
They are donezo.
Sir, who you talking to? You should be talking to yourself. Like, I just lost myself a job. When McPherson comes back, nobody's going to hire me next
Wow.
season. I blew a bunny. I'm sorry. Listen, I understand we all make mistakes and things happen, but as a teammate, we're fighting for our playoff lives, and you had a 27-yard field goal and you hooked it. Your only job is to kick. Like we tying him up to the goal. We in Cincinnati, we tying him up to the goalpost and leaving him there for the night.
Wait a minute. Hendo, what did you just say?
We're tying him to the goalpost.
I heard
We're
you.
taping him to the goalpost.
I didn't think you would repeat
Whipped
it.
cream in him. No, shaving cream in him and leaving him there for the night. If his girl or wife come to pick him up, cool. But if they don't, you'll be there till morning. Like that's unacceptable. Don't sit there and practice now, sir. You had your opportunity to practice. Listen,
Okay.
Joe Burrow has been. I'm not gonna hold you, I was looking at Joe Burrow's stats. Joe Burrow has been balling out of control this season. Now, if the Cincinnati Bengals had a better record, we would be having a conversation about an MVP type season. But somebody put in the Discord, yeah, we can make a case for Joe Burrow. His team's 7-8. You can't really make a case for him. But what people don't talk about to me is a lot of the games that they lost was because of turnovers by Joe Burrow late in the game. The interception versus Baltimore. He had a couple of fumbles in some games and he had a pick six. Like he's the reason why he's part, not a big part, but he's part of the reason the Bengals are actually at 7-8. So yeah, he would have a case with a better record, but yeah, you can't have a losing record and be crowned MVP.
Come on, Bo Nix.
Ben Cleveland, what's up? What you mean? Listen, the Bengals are not making the playoffs. They just have too many things. Plus, they have to beat the Steelers. Offensively, I think they can score on the Steelers. Defensively, I don't know if they can stop them. So even if they do end up somehow winning this game, I don't see Indianapolis losing to the Giants and the Jaguars.
Stranger things have happened.
They have, but
and it is any given Saturday or Sunday because their game's next Saturday too. So I don't know.
Wednesday, Thursday,
Wednesday, Thursday. So it's any given day of the week for these upcoming games. Wanted to say hello to everyone who's in the chat, especially for our channel members. Thank you for being here on this random, unscheduled live stream because we promised you content every day. And today was going to be no different, but we just said, let's get on and live stream this overtime game because this game is crazy.
Facts. I was about to sit down and make a video too. Now I don't have to do it.
That too. Yes. Everyone in here, double tap the thumbs up, hit the like button twice for us. It helps our channels a lot. Thank you. Thank you. They're getting another chance. Yeah. Bengals have the ball now with 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the
Man, I am
overtime.
so far behind you guys.
He throws an absolute dime. Burrow throws a dime to, I can never pronounce that young man's name.
Yoshivas?
Yes, Yosivas.
Yoshivas?
Yoshivas. Yeah. Now Joe Burrow's coming back. That's what I didn't want, but he's a lot of time on this clock.
They didn't take any time off the clock.
No,
Goodness
they went through. I think they went 3 and out, but I can't say that for sure. But they were on the field for 5 seconds, and that was it.
Let's see. Do you want to face the Steelers or the Chargers in the playoffs? It doesn't matter. We've beaten them both. Me personally, I want the Steelers. I want my succession of games to go Steelers, Bills, Chiefs. That's how I want to advance to a Super Bowl so that we can leave no doubt as to who the best team in the AFC is. So we beat the Steelers, we beat the Bills, and we beat the Chiefs en route to a Super Bowl. I want to hear what they have to say about Lamar Jackson then because they can't say nothing because we took out what was considered the top 3 teams in the AFC. And there will be no question. But I know they're going to come up with they're going to move the goalposts and come up with another narrative. But that's the way that I want it. Another Harbaugh Bowl, I'll take it. It gets us an easy win. But either way is fine.
Facts, Black Daniels. Hendo loves live streams. You are absolutely right. I'm going to be on the other side of this pendulum. I prefer the Chargers. I feel that I don't want the Steelers to get right. I don't want the Steelers to have a get right game. And because in the playoffs, that's it. You win or you go home. So I don't want the Steelers because they did beat us once this year. All right. So I don't want them. The last thing that's on the minds of the Steelers as it relates to us is they just kicked our butts. Yeah. They ran circles around us. Let's go get revenge. Let's go get back. I don't want that to happen. I mean, the Chargers, yes, we beat them too. But I think the team that has always had our card, if I'm picking one, Steelers or the Chargers, because we don't play them every year, it's the Steelers.
Yeah, we just one, we blew them out. That's right. 1. 2, we already know you can only get half of a good season out of Russell Wilson. He burnt that up a long time ago. Like he burnt up his goodwill a long time ago. He's not it. And the Steelers haven't won a playoff game since 2016. So I'll take my chances. But if we are who we are and we play the way that we're capable of playing, it shouldn't matter. Like I understand you want the Chargers because it may be an easier route, but it's not going to get easier playing Buffalo or Kansas City. So I want the toughest game possible. That way iron sharpens iron. So we kind of have a callus as to what's going to happen going forward. So I'll take any and all comers. I ain't ducking no smoke. And more importantly, it would mean more to me to talk smack to Steelers fans about getting bumped from the playoffs than it would be to talk about Los Angeles Chargers fans because they're very, very respectful and they know their place. They know their place in NFL history. They know.
Porter Jr. has a PCL strain, but he's expected to play in the playoffs. Okay, we'll see. All right. Oh,
because he wasn't good anyway.
T. Higgins with that catch.
Listen.
Wait.
I know it's a long shot. The Ravens need to sign T. Higgins.
Was he in bounds 2 feet? Yes, he is. That catch is good. Ooh.
The Ravens need to sign T. Higgins next year. Point blank, period. I don't care what nobody says.
Chat, was he in bounds? I'm waiting for the replay. Was Higgins in bounds? Did he get both feet down on that catch? Because if so, Bengals about to run away with this. 1, 2. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
We took Patrick Queen instead.
Yeah, that's a catch. He stayed in bounds. It's push time for the Bengals at the goal. It's going to be first
Listen,
and goal.
I don't like tush push. I don't
Yeah.
like. Patrick Mahomes got his knee dislocated doing that one time. That's why they take him out doing QB sneaks.
Who got their knee? Oh, wait,
Patrick
wait,
Mahomes.
wait, wait, wait. The booth is reviewing this. Hold on. I see everyone in the chat saying, yeah, it was a catch. He was in bounds, but they are reviewing it. One.
I mean, they're supposed to review it.
Yeah, they're supposed to review it at this point anyway, but so let's see if it's going to stand.
Bengals losing to Pittsburgh next week. I don't know.
I don't know.
Appreciate you.
Oh, we have our first tip of the night coming in.
Got a tip?
No, we have someone subscribing to the channel.
Yeah. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Thank you for the subscription. Thank you for subscribing. It didn't
Yes.
come. Mark.
It did come up.
Yeah, I'm saying it didn't. It came up, but I passed it. My apologies.
I
Mark,
appreciate
thank you. Thank you. Let me get the hearts for Mark joining the family. And if you are new here, welcome. Please subscribe. Make sure that you join the family as well, because you don't want to miss all of the great content that
One,
we have in store for you for the month of December. I said that like
two. You got 2 feet there. Yes.
touchdown.
And we passed 5,700 subscribers. Appreciate y'all.
Congratulations to Hendo. He
Thank you.
surpassed 5,700 subscribers on his way to 10K. Do us a favor, share the link, grab it, share it with your family, your friends. Help us reach goals this year. Touchdown Bengals. Bengals win. Wow.
I think I picked the Bengals to win too.
I mean, I picked the Bengals to win. I didn't think that they could, but I would not have picked there to have been
T. Higgins 3 touchdowns.
an overtime.
Yeah. We dodged the bullet getting Patrick Queen instead of T. Higgins. We dodged the bullet. Who wants production like that?
Oh, yeah. I don't know how we need to do it, but we need to bring D. Higgins on during the offseason. I don't know how. I don't know how. If you have questions for us, please drop your questions in the chat. This is just a random stream. We wanted to kind of go live and talk about this game for the Bengals. Now, hey, they're still in the playoff hunt. They are
8-8.
still in playoff contention. So what does this mean, Hendo? Let's kind of turn the page a little bit now in terms of how's that playoff picture looking?
Kansas City clinch one.
Yeah.
Buffalo more than likely is going to be the second seed. If the Ravens win, they're going to be the third seed. Houston is locked in at 4. Now we're trying to decide between 5, 6, and 7. So it's either going to be Pittsburgh at 5 or Pittsburgh at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Los Angeles Chargers at 5 or Los Angeles Chargers at 6. And at 7, we're going to either have Denver, the Bengals, Indianapolis, or Miami.
Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot to choose from. Let's see. We'll see how these games unfold.
Yes.
Over the next couple of days. Nightmare Kilo, thank you for being here. Welcome in. Question: why do you need the Bengals to make the playoff? He said, "Yeah, I need them to make the playoffs. Tell me why. Tell me why." Don Royal says Buffalo don't want no Bengals.
Kansas City don't want the Bengals.
Yeah, they sure don't. They sure do not. And Tanja makes a really good point. T. Higgins does. He's hurt a lot. He is. But
I'm personally, this is just my personal opinion. He is contractually hurt. Contractually, they franchise tagged him. I'm not playing the full year. I've seen guys get franchise tagged and then get injured and didn't get their big contract. He's playing for next season. I guarantee you give him his money, he's going to play. And it's amazing how even if he's always hurt, his numbers are better than some of our full-time starters.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I agree with you, Kwamina. I hope I said it right. Bengals are going to be very dangerous next year. They just need to tweak that defense, because if we don't know what's going to happen with T. Higgins, right? They're going to have the duo of Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. That's not changing. Don't know what they're going to do with T. Higgins. But if T. Higgins somehow stays in place, that offense is very good. It's just, I think the weak link of that team has been the defense. They have now, like I said earlier, for those just now tuning in, they have now found a way to win in spite of their poor defense.
And-
So,
wow.
oh wow, we have our
Wow. Whoa.
wait. I mean, from way across the stadium,
My
we
man,
have
my man,
our first
my man took 3 dribbles, stepped back, and was like down from way downtown. Bang.
way downtown. Hold on.
Appreciate you.
Okay, we appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Boasty Ghosty just tipped $50. Wow. I
Appreciate
cannot say thank you enough for that. Thank you for your support, Boasty Ghosty. We
Boasty.
Boasty Ghosty, we really appreciate it. So thank you. And if you would like to donate to our channels, there is a pinned link in Hendo's channel that'll take you directly to his stream elements where you can leave a tip, or you can do a super chat on his channel or mine. And anything that you give, we greatly appreciate it. It goes back into our channels to help us continue to create awesome content about our Baltimore Ravens.
You do
Tanja,
awesome content. I just show up.
what did you say?
I said you do awesome content. I just show up.
Oh, no. Like Black Daniel said earlier, Hendo loves live streaming. I'm going to pin that comment because I want to make that. Yeah, their defense is garbage. It is trash. It is. It really is. Yeah. Okay. World class. Good evening. Thanks for being here. Didn't LA clinch a playoff berth today? They did. Yes. The Chargers are in. They've clinched. And they are now the 6th seed.
Yes, for right now. Depending upon what happens next week. So if the Bengals can actually pull it out versus the Steelers and the Chargers win next week, they become the 5 seed. And then we play the Steelers in the super wild card round of the playoffs.
Yeah. Killer Cam, facing them is scary. Facing who? Which team?
Probably
Bengals? Are you talking about the Bengals? I agree. I mean, if you're talking about the Bengals, let me know in the chat. But I absolutely agree. Bengals, that facing them is scary because the issue is they've started to win. They're on a roll now. Yeah, they have a terrible defense. Yeah, okay, whatever. But they're finding ways to win. And like Black Daniel said, it took them going into overtime to beat the Broncos. But guess what? At the end of the day, they have a win. So if you're talking about the Bengals, for sure. Thank you for answering the question. Nightmare Kilo says Josh Allen should not have the luxury of beating on wild card bums anymore. I'm sick of it. Got it. That makes sense. So he was saying for the purpose of the Bills, that's why he would need them.
I mean, we're gonna see the Bills. I mean, it's pretty much a guarantee. If we when we win the division, we're gonna be the 3 seed.
Yep.
They're gonna be the 2 seed. Second round, we're going to see Buffalo. So all the stuff that they talk, because if you go on Twitter right now, all you see is Buffalo Bills fans whining and complaining about everything under the sun. And we'll get to shut them up. So in a couple weeks, we'll be sending them home.
Yeah, for sure.
While Lamar walks away with his MVP.
While he walks away with his league MVP and Super Bowl MVP. I love it. Well, all righty dighty then. Look at that. Let me skip the line and go straight ahead to what I think that was Boasty Ghosty just gifted memberships to my channel. Thank you. I'm trying to find it so I can pull it up on the screen. All of you who are now members of my channel, welcome. So glad to have you. And a huge thank you. A huge thank you to Brandon Bazel, B Squared, for gifting 5 Playmaker memberships today. All of you who just received memberships, awesome. Thank you, B Squared. Wow. Speechless sometimes. But yeah, Kwamina says, exactly. I want to see Buffalo and Mahomes. That's who we're, and Mahomes. But that's who we're going to see.
It's lined up. We lining it up. So regardless if it's the Chargers in the first round or the Steelers in the first round, the way that this lining up, unless Buffalo just craps the bed, it's lined up that it's Buffalo divisional Chiefs AFC Championship game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would not have it any other way. And somebody said it earlier. Yes, I'm reliving the 2012 Super Bowl run where we took out Andrew Luck, we took
Yeah.
out Peyton Manning, we took
Manny.
out Tom Brady. Tom
Mm-hmm.
Brady. Like, we're lining things up to where we're taking on some of the best quarterbacks in the league, and it's going to be no doubt when the Ravens win the Super Bowl this season that you can't say anything about Lamar because he beat everybody. He will finally beat Mahomes. He will finally beat Josh Allen in the playoffs. Like we've already taken care of the mystique of the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've already cleared that narrative away. It wasn't a close game. We blew them out. And of course, George Pickens wasn't there. But did George Pickens do them any justice when they just played Kansas City? He didn't. They still got blown out. They still got beat down. So
For
have all
sure.
your components. Let's get ready and rest up for the playoffs. We have Keaton Mitchell back. And possibly, and I know that you guys talk about it. I know that you guys want it. If the Miami Dolphins lose tomorrow, they are out of playoff contention. And if they're out of playoff contention, there is a possibility that they are going to release Calais Campbell. And if Calais Campbell gets released and they're giving him an opportunity to get and latch on to a playoff contender, of course, the Baltimore Ravens want him back. And of course, for me, I think it's a lot more to do with sentimentality than it has to do with actual play. I like Calais. I've always liked Calais. He's always a consistent man of the year candidate just because of how good of a person that he is. But play wise, I don't think that he adds much to this team, especially this late in the season.
Um,
I know you're gonna disagree.
I am
I
respectfully
know.
disagree with you there. I want Calais Campbell back for the reasons that you mentioned, but also, again, even if Calais is brought back to do this, and I know what you're going to say, but that's what we have Brent Urban for. I get it. Even if we bring Calais Campbell just to do this,
Mhm.
I will take that because I feel like adding a little bit more to our interior D line kind of frees up, or I think it would help our edge rushers. That's what I think. And bringing in an extra, how tall is he? Six,
Eight,
7, 8?
eight.
You bring in a 6'8"
Mm-hmm.
mammoth of a man, of a human being.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is he going to play a lot of snaps, a ton of them? No, probably not. No. Put him in rotation, put him in
Mm-hmm.
as needed. I will take it. Anything that gives us just a little bit more, even if it's just a little bit, it's more than what we had before.
Are you for certain of this, or are
I
you
am.
speculating? That's
I'm
conjecture.
objection, badgering the witness, sustained.
I'm,
I'm going to
listen,
sustain my own objection, y'all. That's funny.
listen, I understand. We want him. We like Calais Campbell. We all like him. But to
Excuse
me,
me.
his severely limited pass rush skills aren't going to help our rushers. Who are we going to replace? Who are we going to put in for him? Who are we going to take out to put him in for? We want him on his team because we really believe we're winning a Super Bowl and we want to get Calais a Super Bowl. We want him to retire a champion. That's all that it is. It has nothing to do with his play on the field. And I get it. And I would be all for it. But let's not jump through hoops and get excited about bringing him back. It's just all it is a talking point. It's an inflection point for us to have something to speak about to give hope. He's not moving any needle for this team winning a Super Bowl at all. We already have the top ranked rushing defense. He's not going to make that better. He doesn't add pass rush ability to this team. So what is he actually bringing outside of us helping him win a championship on his way out the door?
As I mentioned before, he's bringing the veteran presence that
Mm-hmm.
I think is invaluable. Now,
Mm-hmm.
while, you know, it's not the same thing as bringing a premier in his prime defensive, defensive player. No, okay, fine. That's understood. Calais is older. And again, his role, I think, will be limited. But
Mm-hmm.
even in a limited capacity, I think Calais still has enough in the tank left in him to give us just a boost, just a little bit more. And even if it's just icing on the cake, like you said, we already have one of the best, if not the best, you know, run stopping defense. Okay, he can just bolster that. He can just add a little bit, and I'll take that.
Are we going to
I
go to
will.
one plus? We can go from 1 to 1 plus.
Let's do it. If you have an A, why not go for an A plus? Shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you'll be among the stars. That's for whoever caught that.
And we're
Tanja
in
wants to.
I'm sorry, we're in serious trouble if we have to rely on Calais Campbell to block a field goal for the game. We're in serious trouble if we have to rely on that. We should be so far ahead that that field goal does not make a difference if we
Hopefully
play the way
so.
that we're capable of playing. And
Hopefully so.
that's my only point. If we live up to our capabilities and do what we're supposed to do, he's not needed.
Yeah.
And he's only going to give us what, 20 snaps a game, if that?
Maybe. Maybe 20. Sure. Tandra wants to know, who do the Bengals need to lose to get into the dance? I think they need help from other teams.
So the Bengals have to win versus Pittsburgh next week. The Bengals need the Broncos to lose to the Chiefs next week. The Broncos need the Colts to lose to the Giants. They play Sunday, and then the Jaguars. They need Miami to lose to whomever they played this week. I can't remember who, but then in this last week, they played the New York Jets. And I think whoever Miami plays this week is a winnable game. So
It
they
is.
need they need all those teams to lose, and they still have to beat the Steelers. So everybody has to lose out, and they have to win versus the Steelers.
It's an uphill climb for the Bengals, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible, but they still need a lot of help from other teams. But the win by the Bengals today keeps Miami Dolphins in the hunt. And so, the Calais Campbell talk that we're having right now, it may be for naught unless they somehow lose this weekend. Jose Garcia is here from Lunch Break Hot Take. He and his brother do a fantastic show on Wednesday nights, 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. Panthers, Ravens, and everything else, all types of other sports. Make sure you tune in, go out and click on his avatar and subscribe and join the LBHT family. If the Bills got to see the Bengals in the first round, I don't think that's a guaranteed win for them. I agree.
That's true.
I agree. I mean, I know we can focus on a record. The Bengals are now 8-8. Okay. That's not a great or impressive record, but they're turning it up. They're finding their stride. They're getting it together somehow. Today we saw just barely, but they did it. And if the Bengals can turn it up a notch or two, the Bills have some work to do. They'll have their work cut out for them. You should go live for your wedding channel. You should absolutely do that. Yes. Going live is so fun just because you get to do the interaction with the people that share common interests with you or who are like-minded. I call my subscribers family members. You get to interact with them. So I enjoy going live. I love video too. But yeah, if you can go live on your channel.
Live is lovely.
See how he said that?
So much fun.
And it's written all over his face. Just like Black Daniel said earlier, he loves to go live. How about those Bengals dudes, Zach? They're kicking it into high gear.
They're still not in the playoffs.
Still not in the playoffs, but I think they can make it. World class.
Too much. They have two. Listen, do you understand? They need every team to lose every game. Every game.
It's not impossible.
2 weeks. You need 3 other teams to lose every game. Now, I did see that Tanja said that Miami's starting Tyler Huntley. So now that makes that more possible that they can lose to anybody at any given time because Tyler Huntley can't throw past 20 yards. But you need every team to lose every game. The Chiefs are not playing their starters. And the Broncos have something to play for. So it's not an impossible task. It's a very tall tale. It's not going to be easy, but if the Bengals make it, they definitely have a chance. But they do still have to, once they get into the tournament, overcompensate for that defense. And more importantly, they have to overcompensate for a horrible offensive line. Their offensive line is terrible. I thought when they got Karras and Kappa, I thought that they were going to be better, but they are not. Then you have Orlando Brown Jr. He's been injured. So listen, bad defense, bad offensive line.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Bring Calais in for a limited role. Add to that his veteran presence. Put him on, special teams field goal unit as needed.
Right. Okay.
Help out help out our edge rushers. It's that's what I think.
Well, then I need you to do me a favor. So your next video, right? Doesn't have to be that long. Your next video, I need you to do a video on how many passes Calais Campbell has knocked down and how many field goals he blocked this year. This year. So that's gonna be your next video. How many passes has he knocked out and how many field goals has he blocked this season that he's gonna come in 4 games and do? I'm just saying. I like him. I want him on the team, but I'm just tempering expectations of what he's going to do.
I mean, that's fine too. I get it. I get it. You know, basically replacing Brent Urban with Calais. I don't even want to replace Urban because I think Urban is okay.
You can't put them both on the field at the same time.
I know. That's why I said rotation. That's why I said put them in rotation. You can't put them both on the field at the same time. Absolutely not. But you can put them in, you know, like you said, limited snaps, 15, 20 a game. That's it. I would be fine with that. Kyle Van Noy has veteran presence and sacks to go with it. Yeah.
Leading the team at the advanced age of 34.
But just by one and a half, because I think he has 10 and a half sacks. So he's leading my guy by 1.5, by 1.5.
Shout out to him. He's older than me out there getting it done.
He's what? Older than you?
He's older than I getting it done at that age. It's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so Tyler Huntley is starting this next game. What happened to Tua?
Hopefully they want to save his life.
No, I saw today, I didn't get a chance to watch the video, but I saw it pop up on my screen to a Dolphins YouTuber who I'm subscribed to. It said, Tua injured, but it didn't, in his title, it didn't say what the injury was. It's like Tua injured and he's out for this weekend's game.
I'm sorry. It was his pride. His pride was injured. They sitting him down.
Does anyone know what happened to Tua? Hey, Black Eyes. Living legend. I see you. Daniel.
Burrow is a beast. I'm not even going to be here to lie to you. Burrow is a beast.
He is.
Burrow is out there doing his darn thing. But like I said earlier, he has had some turnovers that has led to losses and put the Bengals in this situation. Now, he's shouldered too much of the load for this team to have to win. And he's having an amazing season. What is he? He's 4,500 yards passing, like 42, 43 touchdowns now. Like he's out balling out of control.
He is. And he has the weapons around him on offense to do it. So Kamal, why are the Dolphins not making the playoffs? Tell me why they're not. They're still in the hunt. They still have a chance, but tell me why they're not. Let me catch up.
Injuries, poorly run organization.
That's right, Tanja. Bring Calais and let's go. Let's do it. Let's just go. Wait a minute. The real Tommy. Tsunami, YouTube, YT, boo, the Ravens suck. Well, wait. Because if I see anything that I'm looking at correctly, let me put my glass there. It looks like a Browns.
Don't do it. We are here to be respectful. We're in the playoffs. We're an organization that wins. Leave Browns fans alone. I have decided we are not to pick on Browns fans. They have had, outside of the autogram years, way back, they have had a history that deserves sympathy and empathy. Like, I feel for you guys. I feel for the fact that you guys let John Elway just snatch Super Bowls from you year after year. And then you decided to come to Baltimore. And 5 years later, won a Super Bowl. So I feel for you guys and just the quarterbacks, just the number of quarterbacks that you guys have had. But I give you credit. You keep your heads up. You have a lot of confidence. You talk a lot of smack for a team that never wins. So, yeah, boo to you, sir. Boo to you.
The world class, I'm done. I told Hendo the other day, I said, the world class is a comedian. Like, he just makes me laugh. He just makes me laugh. He said, wait, Dolphins have YouTubers? And apparently the Browns do too, because, you know, the real Tommy Tsunami, YT, I don't know if you have a channel of your own or, you know, so I don't know. Thank you all.
First of all, what is his name? I like him. I've watched him.
Yeah.
Carrier. I can never remember his name. His name is Carrier.
He's the one on the
yes, AFC North. But I watched him before then, so yes, I like him. Like, he's cool. So they do have. I get notifications from him every day. He is a cool one. So they do have one YouTuber in Cleveland because it's not much to cover. It's not much to talk about. You had Nick Chubb, but he got injured. So you got Nick Chubb, Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward. Outside of those three people, you don't have anything to talk about outside of the Deshaun Watson fiasco.
Okay. I see you, Antonio. Thanks for being here. Tanja, thanks for Googling that. Yeah, confirmed. It is a hip injury. But how did he get a hip injury? Hendo, was this another scenario where a player was putting the towel into his pants and injured his hip? That's what you said last night about somebody. I was like, what?
He was doing karaoke, and Hammer came on, and he tried to do the Hammer dance, and injured his hip. He's getting older. He can't do what he did when he was a young man.
Ladies, gentlemen, do me a favor. Hit the like button. Wherever you are, double tap real quick on that like button because Hendo always has something to say that just is very interesting.
I have inside sources.
Right. Browns fans are the type of people that get you.
That's right. They do get you. Yeah, man. They be having you reneging. Like, come on, bruh. You told me you had the
You
books.
told me you had 8. Why we win a dime and you had 3? Yes.
So you said four. You said 4 in the possible. You got one book. You got one book. That's Browns fans for you.
But we appreciate you being here, though, Tsunami. We appreciate you. You are welcome, Daniel. Thanks for being here as well. Thank you. Who's your team? Let us know. But if you have questions for us, because we are going to end this stream pretty soon, if you have questions for us, drop your questions in the chat. Let us know.
Yes.
And we will do our best to make sure that we answer them.
Yes, because we got Sunday, we got Monday, we got Tuesday.
And then you know what? Let me say this while you are typing your questions in the chat. Let me tell you. So for those, we do have some new faces that I'm seeing. So Hendo and I, we have our respective channels, and we started doing a 31-day content challenge where each day during the month of December, we upload a piece of content, whether it's a live stream, a video, or a short, every day for the month of December. And we have done so. You have seen our faces all up on your screen all month long. And so today is the 28th. Like Hendo said, we have live streamed pretty much. We've only done a handful of videos, but basically we've been live every day. So with that said, people are asking us to continue live streaming, not every day, but at least a couple of times a week until February when the Baltimore Ravens win the Super Bowl. That's right. You heard it here first. We're winning the Super Bowl. So that's something. Let us know by spam the chat with thumbs up emojis if you would like to see Hendo and I continue live streaming, not every day, but once a week or something like that, twice a week until February. Let us know.
Halftime a week. We appreciate y'all. Listen, all the new people, we appreciate you for stopping by, hanging out with us. We like to have fun over here. We are not about disrespect. Like, I don't care who your team is. We're not about the disrespect. We're not about trash talking. I would never talk trash about another organization.
Wait.
I would never talk trash to another YouTuber. Like, it's all about camaraderie, sportsmanship. So we all love football. We just love different teams. And that's fine. You love who you love for whatever reason that you love them. But we don't do that disrespect. We just like to have fun. And I let Yolanda talk smack to the other YouTubers. I just sit back and defend them.
Oh, stop it. Oh, my goodness. So thank you, Daniel, for subscribing and for liking the video. Lena, I think it's Lena. It's Lena or Lena.
Didn't we do this yesterday?
We did, but she didn't correct. Okay, so I'm going to say Lena. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming back, Lena. She wants to know about Tua. Didn't he have that same injury at Bama? He probably did.
He had the hip injury. Yes, he dislocated his hip at Bama.
Yeah, so that's it. And 86 Ghost. 86 Ghost told you. 86 Ghost told you the secret. Secret's cat's out of the bag. If you donate, we got to keep the stream going. If not, we're gonna wrap the stream up. Put a nice, neat little bow on it. Keith Gallup, thank you for being here. Said, I love y'all. Keep doing it. That's right. Ravens going to the dance. Not only are we going to the dance, Keith, but we are winning it all this year.
And that's when I come out my shell. When the Ravens win the Super Bowl, I come out my shell and stop being an introvert, and I'm going to talk cash, money.
I'm choking on camera because of that one.
What? I'm the quiet. I'm the
Hendo
quiet.
said coming out of his shell, and I was, okay, whew, you guys are going to see me choking on camera. Like, somebody help me do something, please. I'm glad you enjoy the channel. Thank you. We do have a question from
Yeah,
Ghost of Supreme. Lamar is the MVP, right?
of
Hendo,
course.
let you start with you.
Of course, he's the MVP. Why would he not be? But let everybody else get on here and tell you, well, Lamar Jackson has 2 less wins than Josh Allen. Okay. But Lamar is darn near first outside of passing touchdowns, which he's second, passing yards, I think he's currently second. Every other metric for a quarterback as far as yards, passes per attempt, touchdown percentage, he's number one across the board. He's number one in QB rating and passer rating, which I guess I was going to do a video, but if he has 143.2, I believe, passer rating in next week's game versus the Browns, he will have the all-time mark for passer rating, overtaking Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning. So the running
Wow.
back that some people thought he should switch positions coming into the NFL is going to have the greatest passer rating of all time in history. And every one of those, and I think it's Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning. And of those 3 seasons with those 3 guys, each one of them won the MVP the year that they did that. So when they led the league and set records for passer rating, they all won MVPs. So why is it that Lamar right now, who is currently in second, if he does the same thing that they did, plus you add on the fact that he's going to get 4,000 yards passing, he's going to get over 40 passing touchdowns and have under 5 interceptions. Why would he not be the MVP? I know that when you go on Twitter, you're probably going to get off of it because the Buffalo Bills fans are going to give you some watered down stats as to why Josh Allen should be the MVP. And I'm not saying that Josh Allen should not be the MVP, but looking at the numbers, the Ravens and their quarterback should have the MVP. Then you go with the head-to-head matchup because Buffalo Bills fans love to talk about, well, the Bills took out the number one team. They beat Patrick Mahomes. Okay, well, the Ravens beat the Buffalo Bills, but this is something that them pundits, prognosticators, and broadcasts seem to leave out. They always leave out the fact that Josh Allen lost to Lamar Jackson. They leave out the fact that when Lamar Jackson played the Houston Texans in that great defense, he dismantled them. Josh Allen went 9 for 30 with 131 yards.
Hmm.
They love to omit these stats. So
Yeah.
We have the MVP, but if we don't get it, I honestly could not care less. I'm worried about a bigger picture. I'm worried about getting a Super Bowl. And like I told you the other day, Josh Allen has his MVP. His offensive lineman brought him his little chain with their names on the back. He's their MVP, and that's all that really matters.
Yeah, them gifting that offensive line, gifting Josh Allen the MVP necklace it blew my mind, but yeah, whatever. Absolutely. Lamar Jackson is the MVP, hands down. And you look at every stat Lamar Jackson is excelling in, and compare that to Josh Allen. But I also think of it this way. When I think about an MVP, if you were to take that player out or off of that team or out of the game, would your team be able to win? If we didn't have Lamar Jackson, how and the O-line that we have, how many games would we win? The reason that we are staying in the fight, the reason that our team is doing so well, it's not because of the O-line. And some people might say, well, it's because of Derrick Henry. Well, you know why Derrick Henry is thriving? Because of play action. That's why. Because we can utilize him in the running game, but you also have the threat of Lamar Jackson taking off and running, extending a play at any moment. So, but yeah, in my mind, the answer is yes.
Yeah, and like Daniel says, the Bengals lost to the Ravens by a total of 5 points. Now, in those 2 games, they were very high scoring games. Tell me in which one of those games, because I was at the second one. Tell me which one of those games that Derrick Henry went off, or was it Lamar Jackson balling out of his mind? The reason that we won. I think that their point of view is skewed because they love to say, well, Lamar Jackson went out here and got a top 10 running back, but yet and still, you were the same fans that said Derrick Henry was washed and he wasn't going to make a difference. Now that he's come in and got 1,800 yards, now all of a sudden he's the reason that Lamar's playing better. But to me, if he has 1,800 yards, and before that, I think our highest rusher was possibly Wasn't Jake? Well, maybe JK. JK had 827 yards, I do believe, something like that. You give an extra 1,000 yards to a back that they didn't have previously, and Lamar upped his passing numbers. Make that make sense. More rushes, more rushing yards. Not to mention the 800 yards that Lamar has himself right now, but he has been more effective passing the ball. And you're telling me that's a direct reflection of what the running back is doing? Get real. But they don't want to talk to you and tell you about the fact that last season, when your man from the University of Miami, I always know his name, but I keep forgetting, the offensive coordinator, Brian Dorsey, Brian Dorsey, whatever. Ken Dorsey, the former offensive coordinator. When they fired him and brought in their new offensive coordinator, what they said was, we don't trust Josh Allen enough because he turns the ball over too much. So what we're going to do is start handing the ball off to James Cook. Once they started handing the ball off to James Cook and took the ball out of Josh's hands and the decision making away from Josh, he became more effective. But nobody wants to talk about that. They also got number 22. I can't remember his name, but he's running the ball effectively. He's another one that in the ground game takes some of the responsibility off of Josh Allen. So you give him less responsibility, he gets better numbers. You give Lamar more responsibility, he gets better numbers. So you tell me in turn which one is the MVP to you. But like I said, if they give it to Josh Allen, it is what it is. I'm not here to debate which one it is, which one is better, but we know who's better though. I'm just saying.
For sure. Do you see, Black Ice wants to know, do you see Josh Allen going off tomorrow? Who do they play? Who do the Bills have on their schedule, on their flight deck tomorrow? And once
Jets.
The Jets. Oh, sheesh.
But the Jets
I know they're starting to look a little bit better, but
defensively, defensively, the Jets have the capability. If they can put it all together, if CJ Mosley's not injured, they have the capabilities of shutting of shutting Josh Allen down.
they can.
More importantly, last season in that first game when they played the Bills and Aaron Rodgers injured himself, that defense stepped up and shut Josh Allen down, and the Jets actually won with a backup quarterback coming in. So they can come in and make him look silly. They can shut him down like the Patriots. Everybody thought, move the Patriots game to the afternoon slot, and let's see Josh Allen go off for the world to see. And the Patriots shut him down. Like he looked average. And you've had 3 or 4 average games throughout a season, but now you're trying to tell me that he's the MVP with 3 or 4 average games. I mean, subpar games where he threw for less than 190 yards, or he didn't have a touchdown, or he had a bunch of turnovers. But Lamar Jackson has passed. We ain't talking about his running. He's passed for a touchdown, at least one in each and every game this season. These are things that people aren't going to tell you on Twitter. They're just going to cherry pick the stats that they want you to hear because they're trying to advocate for their guy to win. My thing is, put it all on the line, tell the truth, and whoever comes out the winner is the winner. I'm not going to cherry pick stats. I'm going to tell you everybody's stats, and if you believe this person comes out to be better, so be it.
Yeah. The reason I think Josh Allen might not go off tomorrow is because he's playing a division rival. So as Hendo mentioned, the Jets, the Patriots, those are division rivals. It's just something about division rivals playing each other. We see it in our division. And these are teams who know each other very well. Same can be said about basically any division, I would think, but certainly we understand that AFC North, the Steelers know us, we know them, Bengals, Browns, etc. Right. So because they're playing the Jets tomorrow, no, I do not see him going off. Let me go through these questions really quickly because we do need to wrap up the stream. Yes. World Class wants to know, do you think the Ravens will extend Derrick Henry during the next season? It depends what his asking price is. It really is going to depend because he's having a fabulous year. And so he can sit at that negotiation table and say, well, this is what I want. And here are the reasons why. This is how much I want. And look at my stats to show. So I think it's going to come down to how much he's going to ask. And if the Ravens are willing to meet him there. What do you think, Hendo?
Yeah, I think they're going to extend him this offseason. I think that after the Ravens win the Super Bowl, seeing that season that he had and seeing how valuable running backs are becoming once again. Running backs are no longer valued in the league anymore, and we're seeing how important that they are to team success and team winning. If the Bengals had a better running back, and I'm not saying Chase Brown is bad, but if they had a better running back, this game wouldn't have been as close as it was, and they'd have been able to lock it down at the end of the game. So I think that they are going to extend him during this offseason, especially what he's done, because the thought was is Derrick Henry at 30 years old after having 1,800 carries? Is he still going to be the same player? And he showed you that he is. So now that he has the confidence of the team, I do think that they're going to extend him.
What about this one? Justin wants to know. Hey, Justin, thanks for being here. Do you think the Ravens will continue to dominate? Hendo?
100%.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they're finding the formula in order to dominate. And as long as they stick to it, yes, agreed. I'm trying to scan the comments really quickly. Thank you all for being here. Dr. Ilwan, thank you. That was a gifted membership by Brandon Bazel. Thank you for now. You are a channel member. Nightmare Kilo wants to know, did you all believe that we were winning the Super Bowl last year? I did. I certainly did. What about you, Hendo?
Yes. I knew nobody was stopping us. I just knew. After we dismantled the 49ers, the best that the NFC had to offer, I was like, yes. Thank you, Large Reginald. I appreciate that.
This is the same Reg that says that Caillou Blue Kelly deserves a starting role on any given team. That's right. Go Spring. Let's go.
He does deserve a starting role on any given team.
Right.
Just like I'm innocent.
Yes. I'm trying to scan the comments really quick to see if I missed a question. I don't think I did, but I'm catching up on the chat. I see you all having a good time in there, talking amongst yourselves. Right. That's awesome. But yeah, I think that's everyone as I can see it. I don't see that I've missed any questions. Oh, there's one of our channel members, David Hunt. Thank you for being here. Who are the Patriots playing? Oh, and we have a super chat. That means we got to keep the stream going. Okay, see, I was trying. Hey there, Brodney, but let me skip to the front of the line.
No, listen, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. It's okay. But let's everybody, and I appreciate the super chat, Brodney. I don't know why you're doing that. We should be super chatting you. Today is Brodney's birthday.
Happy birthday, Brodney. Would you like me to send you the link? And you can join us. I know, but if he wanted to come on real quick so that everyone could just say hello to him and wish him a happy birthday, I would definitely extend that to him. But
tomorrow, hopefully we get an LBAC stream, birthday stream for Brodney tomorrow.
That sounds like a lovely idea. Oh, that sounds lovely. I would love that. But Brodney, I hope you are having a fantastic birthday. Enjoy your birthday. Yes, happy birthday to Brodney. Happy birthday. Look at all the birthday love coming in. I love to see it. I do. Yes.
That's my guy.
It is.
That is my guy. Even though he doesn't like me, that's my guy.
Brodney loves you. You're like Brodney's.
That's one of those one-sided relationships.
You're Brodney's BFF. David Hunt says, the Ravens have a really great chance of winning the Super Bowl. We do. And we appreciate that, David, because he is a card-carrying Patriots member. But he does, just so he happens to really love almost the Ravens. So Ravens are his second team, and we appreciate him. Yes. Oh, look at this. Choice. Oh, he does have a choice. He could choose another team. As is, he could. Oh, thank you. Thank you all for showing love to Brodney on his birthday. Love to see it. Well, family, we are going to get out of here. Day 28, check in the books. Make sure your post notifications are turned on because just like tonight, you didn't even know that there was going to be a stream. I haven't even done a thumbnail. That's what I have to work on after I get off this show. But at any rate, we appreciate you all for being here, hanging out with us, not just tonight, but every day. And it's always a joy to come here and spend a little bit of time with you and talk Ravens football. So, Hendo, would you let everyone know really quickly where they can find you and what you have going on social media?
You can find me on the Rogue Pod on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You already know what I have going on because y'all see me darn near each and every day. And I think you're supposed to see me for the next 3 days in the final 3 days of this challenge. That will never happen again.
Never say never. Family, we will see you very soon. And by very soon, I mean tomorrow. Thank you. Until next time, you take care. and stay safe. And always remember, go Ravens.
Darn
God
them Broncos.